Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be focusing on Shadow Venusaur and several other Pokemon alongside it. We're going to swap out that team a couple of different times here just to see if we can pull up any different Pokemon and to give you a few ideas as to who else you can potentially use Venusaur with, although there's many different ones out there. Now, if I had to pick one Pokemon for the Great League, it would be Shadow Venusaur. That's the one I want. Simple as that. Let's get it, okay? Oh, you're like, well, what about Mawile? Whoa. Ooh, I know. I just forgot about him for a second there. Okay, Mawile and then Shadow Venusaur. Whoops. Okay. Let's have a little fun. What's going on here? Bringing in the Azu. So we got Azumarill and Umbreon alongside the Shadow Venusaur here. So Azumarill is going to be able to take this Earthquake. And we're still looking pretty good here. Almost getting to the next Ice Beam. Well, getting there, but they're going to be able to hit their Hydro Cannon, which is going to be enough to take us out. But that's all right. We're going to bring in our Venusaur to farm that thing all the way down, which is going to be helping us gain even more energy. Bringing in a Noctowl. Going to go for that Sludge Bomb. Venusaur is yelling at the Noctowl, use your last shield, and it does. Great. Good job, Venusaur. Yeah, you got him to use it. Now, bringing in the Umbreon here. We're going to be able to just really kind of tank through all these charge moves here and just keep on spamming them with Foul Play. And I just thought this would just be a good Pokemon to put alongside it. Worked pretty good for now. And again, we're going to be looking at several different teams here. And they can't hit us with Shadow Ball, although it's not like they would ever want to, right? Bringing in their Sableye, which again, this is not particularly great for them. That's not a return. They definitely do not have enough energy. So we're going to let it go. If they did hit return, of course, it's going to be doing a lot of damage, but hey, otherwise, we're looking great. Bringing in the Venusaur to farm that Sableye down, getting to the Frenzy Plant, which is going to be enough to take out the Noctowl. The star of the show, pulling the win off for us at the end. Let's get it. Next battle, what are we going to be seeing here? Leading with Venusaur the entire time. Met with a Vigoroth. Now, this is going to be a decent matchup for us, and they're going to be swapping into a Pelipper. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Frenzy Plant before we do retreat, because this is going to be doing an extreme amount of damage to that thing if they let it go. So bringing in the Umbreon, since we're going to be taking a lot of damage from the counter on the Vigoroth, this is just going to be a better matchup for us here, right? We've got to bring in the Azumarill, but nah, this is where we want to be right now. So we're farming up extra energy here, and they're just going for Weather Balls. This is good, and I do believe I extra farmed, so wasted energy there. Great. Going for the first Foul Play, building up a little bit more, knowing that this Weather Ball is not going to take us out here. I'm expecting them. Oh, and it's the Blizzard. Okay, yeah, you got me. So you got me. Nice surprise. You don't see Blizzard on Pelipper too often, or I think that's like the first time for me. And they have a Trevenant, so down goes the Umbreon. Not going to be able to combat it anymore with that. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Azumarill. This is going to be a crazy battle here, if this is the one that I do remember. Shielding up the Seed Bomb and using our first shield. They're bringing in that Vigoroth, and we do have Play Rough, right? An Ice Beam, so we're going to go ahead and go with the Play Rough here. Expecting them to let this go and saving that shield for, I don't know, maybe the Trevenant. Maybe until this Vigoroth is getting a little bit lower here, but we're going to let this Body Slam go. They are going to be able to spam these pretty fast, and they do start to add up as they are getting stabbed from that Body Slam normal typing here. Letting this one go as well, because we can survive the counters. At this point, we are getting a little bit low. Going for the Ice Beam here. They're letting it go, and I'm trying to think how the heck I'm going to be able to pull this off. So I swap into the Venusaur. We farm them down with Vine Whip, because it's going to be doing more than Bubble, and the Azumarill stays alive, and we take the win. Let's go. Next battle, met with a Sableye. This is a decent matchup here. You are going to be able to outpace it to the Frenzy Plant, so long as you don't lag up or anything like that. But what we're going to be doing is catching the next one, so we can save that Frenzy Plant for a later time here. So building up to almost 2, we're not quite there to the next one, but let's see here. So again, that shield immediately swapping into the Detonate, and yes, now that's just the way I say it. That's just the way we're going to do it. Now we have this thing on the team, as well as Spylus. So yeah, we got a Dark and Electric looking pretty good, as well as a Fairy and Dragons. So yeah, we got some things we need to look out for, specifically Charm after we lose the Venusaur. Alright, so going for another Discharge here, taking out the Sableye. They've used both shields, having a Noctowl, thinking, oh, well, I'm in the clear now. Well, yeah, you took out the Electric type, but we have a Spylus, so let's go ahead and bring in that. And Venusaur does have energy, so we need to remember that. We're looking good. They've got no more shields left, and I'm going to let this Sky Attack go through, no problem at all. They are going to be catching. I had a feeling they were going to be doing that. And that was an Azumarill. Nice, not very effective. So bringing in the Venusaur, we're going to farm up a little bit of extra energy, getting to 2 Frenzy Plants so we can finish them off after this. Going for the first one, which is easily going to KO that Azumarill. We're going to go for the Sludge and hopefully take the win here with the Venusaur. Not quite there. They're going to be able to, farm us down, but we still have got a shield left, and that Dragon Breath already went through, and that's a wrap. We're going to be able to take that win, even if they're at 2 Sky Attacks, and we're looking good. All right, what are we going to see next? That Venusaur. Finally, an Azumarill. Perfect. This is one of the best, other than Swampert, of course. Swapping into a Sableye, which is still a good matchup for us here, but we're definitely going to want to swap into the Spylus because, well, that's not a good matchup for the Azumarill, or for me to go up against their Azumarill, right? So here we go. And they got Power Gem. I was thinking they were going to go for Return, so hey, better safe than sorry. Now I know. Going for that Body Slam. I don't think this is going to be enough to KO. One more Dragon Breath is actually going to be enough. Bringing in their Azumarill, and this is still fine. They're going to be able to farm up quite a bit of energy, but that's okay. At least we're going to be able to do a lot of damage with the Body Slam. And also, the Pokemon that we do have in the back, both of them can handle the Azumarill, so we're looking fine here. It's just a matter of what they've got in that third slot, so we'll have to see here. Finally going for a Play Rough. They don't go for Ice Beam. I don't know if they were like trying to get a clean KO, so I don't know if they have that on there, but they're swapping into an Azumarill. I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb just to do some damage or get their shield. They're going to be shielding it up. Great. Swapping into Detonate to the, oh my gosh, into the little mouse. We're going to call it Chubbs. Going for the Play Rough. Look at that. Look at that damage. That is amazing. So we're going to shield this up because I'm suspecting they're going to go for a Moonblast as Sky Attack's not very effective, and that's their best bet. So at this point, we're going to farm up extra energy so we can get to the next discharge on their last Pokemon, which is going to be that Azumarill, but unfortunately they're going to be getting to a charge move, and I'm like, come on, survive it. Survive. They survive a Play Rough, and we're getting to the discharge, and we're going to be able to take that win. Let's get it, little mouse. Chubbs, appreciate it. Next battle, Venusaur. Show us a good lead. Swampert. All right, Lantern. Okay, well, that works too. And they're going to be swapping into a Gliscor, and I bring in the Spylus. Probably a little bit slow on that swap. Don't want to get hit by an Earthquake, and I kind of want to maintain. So I shield it up, and it is going to be a Night Slash. That's not very effective, and not even getting stabbed. It is getting shadow damage, but damn, would have just done really nothing at all. And they're going to be baiting me yet again. So that's a little unfortunate. We've used both of our shields at this point, but they've only got one. So hopefully we'll be able to pull something off here. We'll have to see what they got in the back. We are loaded up on energy, bringing back that Lantern. So I'm guessing there's something in the back that doesn't want to see Spylus. So I am going to try to preserve it, swap into our Venusaur, and it is going to be a Noctowl, which it's okay. We're going to go ahead and go for that Sludge Bomb, and we're getting another shield from another Noctowl with the Venusaur, because they just know that Sludge Bomb hurts a whole hell of a lot. But we do have the Chubbs in the back, which is going to be able to handle this here, so we're going to be perfectly fine. Shadow Ball, I guess, is going to be doing a decent amount of damage, but we're going to be able to spam this discharge at a very fast rate, which is doing a crap load of damage. Look at that. Let's go. So we're looking perfect here. All right, they're going to go for a Shadow Ball, of course. I immediately swap into the Spylus. I mean, everything they have is not very effective. Thunderbolt, I mean, Thunder at worst, that's going to do the most damage. They're going to hit me with a Thunderbolt, farming up a little bit of extra energy, but I completely spaced out the fact that Noctowl has really no health left, so it doesn't really matter at this point. So we're just farming them down. Another farm down with the Dragon Breath. So Spylus is putting in the work there for us at the end. Looking good. Next battle, met with a Lickitung. Yeah, we've got Scrafty on the team now in the Azumarill. So yeah, we swapped it up, and now we're seeing this. This not. I can't complain. All right, it is a lead, so figure it out. So we're gonna go ahead and shield up the Body Slam. Okay, I'm not gonna swap into Scrafty because next thing you know, they're gonna bring in a Fighter or a Charm User or something like that. So we'll swap into our Azumarill to farm them down. They are gonna be able to get to a Body Slam, but at least it's not gonna be a Vine Whip, or should I say Power Whip, which is super effective, obviously. They've got an Ampharos doing super effective damage, and they're going to be farming me the heck up. Shielding the Play Rough. Unfortunately, I should have went for the Ice Beam. Now we're going to go ahead and go for it. Could have went for the Play Rough, but oh well. We already tapped on it. Doing some decent. You know what, actually, I think it works out anyways, because we're going to be able to get some farm off of them. So they're going to hit me with a Brutal Swing. I'm suspecting they're going to go for that again. So we bring in the Scrafty, which is going to have a massive resistance to this. And I think they back out at this point because they're like, yeah, I mean, well, I got a Steel type in the back or a Ghost in the back or something like that. So maybe even a Rock. Who knows? But we take that win. Moving it on to our next battle here, a Swampert lead. Of course, you already know this is great. Let's see if our opponent can pull this back. Swapping into an Alola Ninetales. Okay, if it had Charm, this would be great. We could stay here. But unfortunately, it is Powdered Snow. So I'm like, oh, I don't know what I should swap into Scrafty, bring in a Azumarill. So I bring in a Azumarill here. We've gotten the shield out of them. I don't think they're going to be obligated to go and shield it up again. If they do, okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out at that point. So they're going to be hitting me with a Dazzling Gleam, doing a lot of damage, farming up extra energy here. And we're definitely not going to be going for another Play Rough. There's no need, obviously, as you can see here. Almost farming them down, but it's just going to be a Powdered Snow, or should I say Weather Ball. So we don't need to worry about that. Not very effective damage. Bringing in a Seeking. Been seeing a lot of these lately, and I've been slaying them. It's been nice. Gonna go for a Play Rough here, and I should have swapped sooner, but I guess it's better to just go along with that so we don't get locked and farmed down. So bringing in the Scrafty, and at this point I've already seen the battle. Okay, we had a good lead, what can I say? But that's Venusaur for you. I love this thing, absolutely amazing. You should definitely make one if you can get yourself a Shadow. We do have the event coming up that you can TM away frustration, so I urge you to make sure you do that for the Pokemon that you've been holding on to. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.